Good morning, everybody. What I'm going to do today is working on a couple hives. I had one hive that I overwintered. It was huge. In fact, when I got into it in mid-April, there was already queen cells with eggs in them and a typical swarm cells scenario. So I went ahead and split them and put in a new queen, and I'm back today to go ahead and see how the hives that I've split have done, and we'll take a look at that queen. Now, since I moved a queen to another box and I introduced a new queen, I had to leave her in that cage for up to 3 days. This will be the third day. I'm going to go in there and take a look at her, make sure that the bees look like they're accepting her and they're not balled up on that cage, and then we're going to go ahead and release her, and we'll take a look and see what's going on. So here's a look at my two hives right now, and the one on the left is the one with the old queen, and you can see there's significantly more bees. They kind of drifted over there towards her, and the one on the right here is the one with the new queen in it. And we'll go ahead and I'm going to take off the top box, and we're going to see if we can if she's been accepted and we can let her go. So I've gone ahead and taken off the box, and here you can see you got quite a few bees in there. And right here on this frame where my tool is, you can see there's the queen cage, and I'm kind of looking at to see if those bees are balled up around her, like trying to smother her or swarm her, but they look pretty mellow. So I'm going to go ahead and separate. I'll take one of these frames out and give myself some room, and we'll take a look, see what we have. So now I've taken a frame out here, and you can get a better view of the bees there, and they're, you know, surrounding that queen. Their feet looks like they might be even feeding her and trying to get at her. They're not being aggressive to her. I'll go ahead and pull that cage out, and we can take a look to see what they're doing on the outside. So there she is. You can see her running around in there, that dark bee. And it looks like the bees, you know, they're not trying to be overly aggressive. They're looking at her. You know, they definitely want to be around her and try to get to her, but they should have accepted her smell by now. They're not being balling up on top of that cage and trying to smother her. So I'm going to go ahead and let her out. I've brought a screw that I'm just going to screw into the cork, and we'll pull that cork out, and then we'll watch her go, and I'll put this back together, and that'll be that. I won't come back here for about a week and make sure she's doing okay. Okay, so what I've done here is I've just taken a machine screw, and I've screwed it into that cork on the queen side, not on the candy side obviously, and I'm just going to go pull that out, and I'm going to put my finger over the top and cap it like I normally would, and then I'm just going to let the queen, I'll set that cage back down on the top and let her crawl out, and we'll see how everything goes. Okay, so there's my screw with the cork, and I've got my finger over this queen cage right here. So I'm going to go ahead and set it right here, and hopefully she's going to go out. And there she goes. And that was that. I don't know if I even got that on film, but she's down in there. She went down between that second and that first frame that are left there in the box. I'll go ahead and squeeze these frames back together, and then we'll just let her do her thing, and I'll come back in a few days, probably a week, and check. I can't tell you that the bees in the meantime have been filling up. I don't know if you can see this frame here, but this frame is full. You can see the shiny stuff in there. There's pollen in there, and there's nectar. They've been busy. And same thing with this side. You can see all the nectar. So next week when we come back, hopefully there's eggs. And that's it for introducing a new queen.